All right, it's streaming. I set another little countdown for about a minute.
Is this because of the duck thing?
Maybe.
I've not taken this hoodie off in a month and a half.
And then when you're done, you feel the most shamed ever.
There we go. Always professional.
What the fuck is even happening?
Classic sort of story.
It came out to high critical acclaim, and it's Pokemon Snap.
If you press the tape, it goes.
Like, what is going
Buddy,
on?
I was on edibles. Not a pornography. This is a podcast.
And you got the name wrong again. I like your duck shirt.
Thanks. It's a duck. Hello.
Welcome. It's two dads.
Two dads in a podcast. We are with YouTube here, streaming live, celebrating 1 trillion views of Minecraft content. Come on. Give it up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Give it up for the Minecraft. Woo!
My son actually helped achieve this today. He was one of the views. I don't think it was intentional, but still. It's a popular video to watch. I mean, are they doing a movie of Minecraft?
I hope not.
I assume they would
they're
be
doing
just
video
like
games.
Lego. They're going to do the Lego thing. They're going to do movies just like Lego.
I mean, it's possible. It is possible.
So that's what we're talking about
happening
today, though. Video games being turned into movies. That's what we're going for.
Yes, video games that we want to see as movies. Of course, good movies. We have plenty of
that would
bad
be the
video
preference.
game movies out there.
No more Lara Crofts. There are some good Lara Croft movies, but others not as much. We're not looking for. One of my personal favorites is Prince of Persia. I think they nailed that one, right?
Best movie in the genre.
So anyways, we're going for our top 5 favorite what we would like to see turn from game to movie. And I mean, I guess
I have a feeling we're gonna hear some things we've talked about already.
Yeah, for sure, but for different reasons. So you get to go first this time because I went first like 3 or 4 weeks in a row, and I just kept on saying that's my turn.
You did. I just kept letting you do it. I mean, I didn't care. All right. Well, I guess we'll start with my number 5. My number 5 is a beloved game by many, arguably one of the best RPGs of all time. To a lot of people, it is the best of all time. And it's Chrono Trigger.
Nice.
Like, I don't know, man. The whole...
That's that Square game that just kind of... Man, why didn't they do more with that? But,
yeah, no. Man. I mean, they did have the sequels, and they had a few things, and they added more content to it when it came to the DS. But there's just something really unique about the storytelling and the way the game presents itself. Traveling through time to try to figure the stuff out. So you have the kind of ancient stuff. You have futuristic sci-fi. You have medieval fantasy. And each character is so well developed in this old SNES game. Like, all the characters and the way they told the story in the game was so well done that the writers knew when to kind of back off and let the characters have a moment, have a serious moment, have the humor, have, their interactions between each other to develop their personalities inside of the story. So I don't know. It's a fantastic game, a fantastic story, wonderful music. Throw all that together, you could easily make an incredible movie out of this if you got the right director and screenwriter.
True. And that's a critical detail, is getting the right people to make this stuff. Because I mean, as we've seen from our recently canceled Cowboy Bebop,
the writing can make or break.
It takes the right touch, man.
Yeah, like the actors could do an amazing job, but if the writing is bad, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
So what's your number 5?
Oh, me? Mine?
Mine you actually get to talk this week.
Chrono Trigger was my 5. And mainly because of the time traveling aspect.
Dude, that would be really cool.
You got robots and humans trying to just survive, it seems, and you're traveling back to time with it's so cool. It is so cool. It's a fucking plot right there in and of itself.
Hands
you don't
down.
have to worry about the characters yet. You haven't even got to worry about the characters yet, and the plot is so fucking cool.
And for a game that came out in 1995,
yeah.
Like it was so ahead of its time in every element of it. And
like, you get like all the best parts of like sort of apocalyptic worlds. You have apocalyptic future games all over the fucking place. This one, you're in an apocalyptic sort of future and you're time traveling. Like, man, this is genre on top of, like, stacked on top of genres. All type of cool.
Man, it fits everybody's bill. It is truly sci-fi fantasy.
Yeah.
It is a true blend of both. And yeah, I think it would absolutely make a fantastic movie.
And you're picking up like friends all along the line,
Yeah, and well, one of the things with the game too and the characters is that each one has their own unique reason as to why they're on this epic quest, and it all makes sense, and it's all so well told and how they blend together and come together as one to, save the timeline and the world and the universe. And
yeah, this is one of those where you really don't have to do much except try not to fuck it up, because it's already
keep
there
to the source material. What a concept. What a concept.
So what do you got next for me?
My next one should come as no surprise to anybody, and I'm
Number
specifically naming the first game, Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, nice.
So I love the story in the first Kingdom Hearts. I love the gameplay. I love everything that's going on. And this wonderful story of these kids who get separated by darkness, and one of their friends is trying to be bigger and better to protect everybody, so he kind of goes down the wrong path.
Let me ask you, producer Tired Dad here, are you making it sort of a Space Jam cartoon and real people thing? Are you making it all cartoon, or are you making it all live action via the Lion King and get like a rat up there with a fucking majestic?
Man, I just imagine Mickey popping in, and he's this like New York sewer rat. And he's just, oh boy, guys, I found some swell cheese down here. Shit. Oh man. He's just walking around with a key ring, like literal just like house keys.
No, he sounds more like, you got some change.
Yeah. Oh boy. I can't even fucking do it.
Sorry, there's a question here. So which way
I would probably have it all animated, and I would have it in like anime style.
Anime style, yeah. Yeah,
because
you'd have to.
they have manga for Kingdom Hearts. It wouldn't be too difficult to turn that into a movie and kind of cut out a lot of like the nonsense that's going on, or
Yeah,
just like the side
think,
stuff.
Maybe it's because the art isn't as appreciated much, and we have had Halo movies in the past, and I say that only because the TV show is coming out next year.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what got this moot going on in my head. It's okay to make a cartoon movie of a video game. I think people forget that. Like it's completely
It'd be perfectly
cool
okay. Yeah,
if
I would be
people
totally
wanna-
down for it.
If
And the
movie
thing,
companies want to start doing more animated video game movies.
and the thing, like I said, with Kingdom Hearts, the first game had such a wonderful story before it started getting super fucking confusing. And honestly, I feel like a movie would be able to tell that confusing story and
you
make it a little more
cut through
linear,
all the bullshit,
cut
man.
through, and make a little more sense. So if we had Kingdom Hearts as a movie, they would be able to line things up the way they're supposed to, instead of being, okay, first game, sequel, second game, something in between those, major prequel, another major prequel, a sequel to the sequel, prequel to the prequel, and then
Now you're
three.
just sounding like a Star Wars movie timeline.
I mean, it really is. It's just, it gets really so confusing. As a diehard fan like myself, maybe we could do a whole freaking series on just Kingdom Hearts shit, trying to make sense of it for you guys.
Right.
But
we'd have the giant pegboard with the string connecting all the different plot points, looking like crazy.
I could finally break out
chain
my
smoking for days on end, trying to unravel all of this.
my Kingdom Hearts Ultimania.
Yeah, this is a podcast, so
Kingdom Hearts 3.
showing that.
Yeah, I'm going to show the
screen's
book.
Gonna play well.
Super fucking shiny because the
But you can't even see. YouTube can't see that, and the podcast people can't hear it. So you just wasted all of our time. What's in that?
I do what I can.
You're not even done with your reasoning here.
No,
You're not
I
even
mean
done defending.
that's my reasoning. That's it. I'm done. I loved the story of Kingdom Hearts 1, and I would love to see that animated and cut through all
I would
of
love
like
to see it. I would love to see it live action. It'd be like a nightmarish thing with a giant headed live mouse.
Mutated
sorry.
Mickey. Oh boy, guys.
So my number 4 is got to be Mass Effect. And
Oh, that's a good one. I had a feeling that was going to be on yours. I haven't played the games.
First off, it's easy. It's space. So already it's a successful movie, How many space movies do you see flop? Not too many.
Yeah.
Second off, like the storyline is fantastic. The reason why it's lower on my list is because obviously everybody knows the games get progressively worse a bit. So this one, it's not going to be as high up, but the very first game has such a strong storyline, and there's such tension within the game at many points.
Now the question that I have for games like that, like Mass Effect, and I'm assuming Dragon Age isn't on your list, so I can name that another BioWare.
No, it's not. It was close.
The question with that is, what storyline do you pick for the movie?
Well, Mass Effect, it's an easy one.
What is canon? Because you change the story as you play through, depending on the choices you make. So how do you turn something like that into a movie? I'm not saying I don't want it, because I absolutely would love to see some of these as movies. But what do you pick to be canon? Like true canon?
Mass Effect, I don't know about Dragon Age, but Mass Effect is a lot easier to determine. It's kind of like playing Fable. Yeah, you can change some things, but you're not drastically changing anything. You know what I mean?
At least the first one, but I mean, I know
right.
Mass Effect 2 and 3 could change pretty significantly. The same thing with Dragon Age. As you progress down the games, Dragon Age Inquisition had drastically different decisions and where you went and how you played.
I mean, if you're getting on to that point in the movie, like if you're doing sequels and sequels, then I mean that's where it gets even better. You get to make the best of all, all possibilities come through.
Or you play it like this is
pick,
happening,
your own
and
adventure movie.
then you have to go back.
No, just do a pick your own adventure movie like Netflix.
I mean, that was just a Telltale game that they put on Netflix.
So no, it'd be a great movie.
It would be, yeah.
And another reason why it's lower on the list is because it would have to be done by the right people. Like the alien species, it can't look like some like 2006 Doctor Who alien. You can't do that. That won't work, man. It's got to be done right.
Yeah. I can see that.
So on to the next.
On to the next. That's number 3. We're in the middle of the list now. And we've talked about these games pretty in depth a couple times. And very recently, I want to see a Bioshock movie.
Right. Which one?
Bioshock. I want to see the first
trilogy.
One.
Do a trilogy.
Do the trilogy for sure. I am completely down for the trilogy, but I want to see the first one. I want to see those horror elements. I want to see this huge twist as you get to the end. I just, with the whole, Ryan, oh man, I don't even know. Ryan talking you through everything and Jack being this main character and actually seeing him as a character live throughout this stuff. I don't know. I would love to see that from a third person and see this shit happening because it was so freaking good.
You got a lot of story left to tell with those games, within those games, and you can make light work of the first movie. With Bioshock, you could
honestly kind of blend Bioshock and Bioshock 2 almost
2 together.
Yeah.
And you could do a prequel. You need a prequel to these. I mean,
yeah. How did honestly, Rapture end up becoming a thing? How did these people end up down here, and what happened to Rapture before Jack shows up? I would love to see that. I would love to see that. And if any producers, if any people with a lot of money are listening, would you kindly make this movie?
So my number 3 is The Legend of Zelda. And I don't really give a fuck which tale they choose to tell.
Oh man.
There's too many to choose from.
No, you got to pick one. You got to pick one.
What
do you want to see the most?
Ocarina of Time. No, that would get annoying. Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask.
Say.
So yeah. Majora's Mask was on my runner-up list. I almost put that on my list.
I almost said Ocarina of Time, but then I remembered I would have to listen to that shit in the movie. I'd have to listen to a little punk play a fucking flute through the whole movie.
Hey,
I'm like, no,
listen.
Never mind. Listen. No, please, no. Yeah, so we'll go with Majora's Mask on this one.
I agree. Like I said, it was so close to being on my list. There's a reason it kind of just got bumped off slightly.
I think with these RPGs you got and the games they're making for them now really shows the potential to create this huge world to live in. And it would just make this movie so much better to do right now as opposed to years and years ago. Now would be a great time to make this
I would
movie.
love to see a live action with some CG, of
live
course.
Action.
But I want to see a live action Legend of Zelda. I want
to
see
about, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Pull out his sword and just whoop on some freaking bokoblins and just make it bloody. Make it bloody. I want to see it bloody.
Yeah.
Rated
this one
R.
would be such a difficult one to cast too, because you have to have a young person playing Link. It would
young
be so
androgynous guy.
Yeah. You can't make some mistakes that other games have made in the past.
We don't need beefy Link. Okay. If I want beefy Links, I'm going to the grocery store.
Right. Right, and we don't need 30-year-old Link. He can stay a young kid. That's fine. I don't need an old man playing Link. I don't need 51-year-old Keanu Reeves playing Link. As much as I love Keanu Reeves,
But they could just CG him to look young.
man, they tried to do that with Angelina Jolie. It didn't help.
That's rude.
Oh shit. So what are we at now? Your number dos?
My number 2. Yeah, my number dos. Numero 2. My number 2 is probably... So this is another one I had to narrow down to a specific game, but I would love to see more of this world. Is Final Fantasy X. Like I said,
nice.
we've talked about these games in depth as to why we love them.
Huh? 2 Square games.
Well, one is Squaresoft, the other one is Square Enix. You know, they're different companies, right?
Right.
Oh no, they both are Squaresoft. It was before they switched to the Enix. Yeah.
Oh,
dude, they just tell such amazing stories in their games.
That they do. They're very much the Studio Ghibli of video games. Even though Studio Ghibli is now also into video games.
You know, here's the thing with Final Fantasy. We had Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. We had an amazing, a super good, fun movie.
Amazing. Yes. This is why you had to narrow it down to a movie, because they've done Final Fantasy movies. So
they have, and they had a Final Fantasy 15 movie.
Yeah.
So, you know, we've had these. I want to see some of these other ones and take these and put them onto the big screen for people who will never play the games, because these stories are so good.
Dare you try it live action?
For this one, with how good of quality we have CG, and they can make some of these monsters and creatures and stuff now.
Yes,
absolutely.
They can do fantastic jobs.
I could see CG, but or live action.
Any Japanese source material into American live action is they always try to go.
I didn't say it had to be American live action.
I'm just saying, when we do it, we fuck it up.
So honestly, I would love to see it in the style that they did Advent Children in.
Yes, that's
get that realistic, beautiful CG look. You know, give me this story of Yuna and Tidus and Jecht and the whole sin cycle of rebirth, and
do it a la Beowulf. Since we were talking to Angelina Jolie earlier, huh? Is it a little real people with CG, a little Beowulf action going on.
I'm good, man.
Anybody else on board with me here?
I'm good.
No.
Nope.
Never seen the movie, by the way. I've never seen it.
I haven't either. I have no idea what that movie is about, except that it's Beowulf.
It's about Beowulf.
It's about Beowulf. Yeah, there we go. But yes, I want Final Fantasy X as a movie. Honestly, give me 10 and 10-2. Blend the two together. I don't care. I just want to see these characters.
Do a nice 3-hour long movie and blend them together. That's fine. Hell yeah.
Dude, the people who are going to be a fan of these movies, if they ever do a movie, are the people who played the games. And they're used to sitting through 150-hour freaking RPG. So
you know what I want to see as a movie?
What's that?
Star Wars: The fucking Old Republic, bitches. This shit has got to happen.
The Old Republic or KOTOR? The Old Republic
MMO, where I'm going to shock the fuck out of all of you. Not KOTOR. The Old Republic. I think it's a better storyline. I just do.
Yeah?
I think all the material they have within the Old Republic, well, I don't like the games as much. I love playing through KOTOR, but why would we put that into a movie? It's so fleshed out, you can't do anything with it.
That's actually what I was going to say. With KOTOR, it's a great story. It would not make a good movie.
Not at all. But the Old Republic now, there's a ton of source material there that you could take. You can make it your own. You don't necessarily have to keep to it anyways. You can kind of flex the rules and make some amazing Old Republic movies. Because
Well, we are getting
we
closer to getting some of the, you're talking the Old Republic. Now we have the High Republic, which goes back even further, if I'm not mistaken. We're getting closer to that kind of stuff.
The High Republic is between the Old Republic and
okay, that's right. I mixed it up in my head.
Yeah.
So with that, we're getting High Republic stuff. So it's possible we could see some Old Republic stuff happening.
And there's a ton
more than just the game.
You're talking about 2,500 years of history here. And the video games, you're just scratching the surface. You can work in so much of those plot lines. Be amazing. Yeah, it'd be cool. That's the next place to go. Why keep chewing up the fat on this old, worn out storyline that is, where we're at currently in the timeline? Let's get in there to some of the other shit, man. I mean, the last trilogy has been amazing. I loved every minute of it. I love the TV shows that are fleshing out the details. You get those other.
Oh man, the TV shows are so good. Book of Boba Fett soon.
Yes. So let's just get on with some of the other history and lore.
Yeah, I like that. I like that pick. So my number one. My number one is number one simply because I think it would be a badass movie.
You're like, I just want to see it.
I want to see it. I want to see it happen. And it's God of War. And I'm specifically naming the 2018 God of War.
Okay. All right. Sure.
Why not? Look, okay, so the 2018, the story was significantly better. There was so much more depth to the characters and depth to what's going on. And, sure, we can give us a half-hour breakdown of what happened in the movie before he goes off into the Norse mythology. But give me that Norse mythology and the combat, the just straight sheer action movie of Kratos beating the shit out of Norse monsters and gods, and that's it, dude. It's my number one because I want to see it as a movie. I just want to see this crazy fucking action movie.
Speaking of Norse mythology, you look like you should be playing bass in a Norse like heavy metal band right now.
You're not wrong. Get my hair flipping back and forth and shit. No, dude, I don't know. I feel like they took a very basic, and honestly, you could make a movie out of the first three, and I say the first three because it would just be one movie that covers all three games, and it would be a good movie. There was enough in there with the drama and his backstory and the action and the combat. And sure, you could easily make a crazy action movie out of the first three. But I honestly feel like the Norse version of God of War, the 2018 version, and we're about to get God of War Ragnarok coming next year.
Right.
They fleshed out, they took this such a basic character, and his sole motivation was revenge, and they've given him more depth and more feeling, and now he's got this son that you can tell he truly does care about, but he doesn't know how to show it. So they could very easily make this into a fantastic movie. Honestly, playing the game was almost like playing a movie, so it wouldn't be too difficult to do.
Right on. Well, I don't agree with you on that, but I do agree with you on something, and that's because my number one is Bioshock.
Yes.
I just think it is from a video game, whether you're playing or watching it. I watched somebody play it before I played it, and then when I was playing it, my wife was watching me play it,
Mm-hmm.
And then now the kids like watching me play it. It's just a watchable video game. It's so fun.
It truly is.
It's such a great video game to play and watch. It would make an amazing TV show. Or not TV show, movie.
TV shows we might talk about on a later podcast, but right now we're talking movies.
It'd be fantastic on the big screen. The images would be just sharp, and
the underwater elements of everything, and
oh yeah.
You
Like,
know,
it's just
do the whole trilogy. Like we said, you know, you've got Rapture, but let's get all the way down in and get into Bioshock Infinite, where we're up in the sky and there's this beautiful bright. It's such a drastic contrast to the first two games.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like do it in a trilogy. First one can be a little more backstory. You know, the middle one can be Bioshock. The last one can be Bioshock Infinite. It would be fantastic.
Honestly, if they did a full like trilogy movie of these, I want to see the first movie be little backstory plus Bioshock 1. The second movie be Bioshock Infinite, and the third one blending those two worlds together, because they do blend together, and that's that's told in the DLC.
So some of the others that we didn't choose, The Last of Us.
The Last of Us, and that one we didn't choose. They're making a TV show for it on HBO, so that one just kind of.
Let's see, Fallout. I didn't choose Fallout because
it would make. I just the story is just not quite enough to make a full-on movie, in my opinion.
Right. It may be a TV show sometime. Persona 5, I left off.
They did an anime series of that.
Did they?
Yeah, they do an anime series for each of their personas.
We're talking movies, though. We're talking movies.
Yep.
Like on the big screen.
There were a couple games that I absolutely loved the stories that I don't necessarily think they would translate as well to a movie. Games like Undertale or Gone Home, beautifully told stories, but I don't think it would translate into a movie. There's a Fable. Fable would
great, amazing story,
super fun, good story. It just wouldn't translate well to a big screen.
Same with Donkey Kong. That was on my list. You're laughing, but it's on my list. I really want to see a Donkey Kong movie, live action, a la Disney King. Sort of like we had King Kong. Why not Donkey Kong now?
Oh, geez. See, another game that had an incredible story, The Walking Dead Telltale. But you don't need that to be a movie because it's practically a movie.
And so practically a TV show.
Yeah. And then I also had Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, which is a beautifully told game, but it would not translate to a movie simply because part of what tells the story so well are the mechanics, and how you play the game is as much of the story as it is what you're seeing. And so I feel like there's a lot of games that have those elements, that it's an amazing story, absolutely incredible, but it would not translate well to a movie.
Fucking nerd. So there's like Until Dawn.
A little bit
would be decent. Dead Space.
I mean, Until Dawn was practically a movie.
But Dead Space is practically, you got aliens. What do you need Dead Space for?
Yeah, it's alien zombies. Dead Space is great. Fun story, but
I was seriously considering was like Borderlands, because it's.
But they're coming out with a movie for it.
Do they?
Yeah, they're literally coming out with a movie for that.
Oh, are they coming? They're coming out with one. I'm like, they haven't made one. What Mad Max is not Borderlands.
No, Borderlands is in production, and I don't know how far along it is, but Jack Black is Claptrap.
Oh yeah, I remember that now. I remember they cast him. I had forgotten completely about that. It's been months. I have no faith.
Yeah, the movie's coming out next year. I have no faith in it either, but I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, I just they're gonna do to it what they did to Cowboy Bebop.
Look, Cate Blanchett as Lilith, I'm down for 100%.
I love Cate Blanchett.
Jamie Lee Curtis as Tannis, sure. Jack Black as Claptrap, sure. Kevin Hart as Roland. He got
just
real quiet.
The video game is funny doesn't mean you have to cast comedians.
Get real quiet.
If you had a favorite video game that you want to see turned into a movie, let me know.
You can reach out to us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at 2dap2020. You can email us at 2dap2020@gmail.com. You can also just comment on our YouTube videos. If you're listening to the podcast version of this, hit up the YouTube. Check it out. You can watch it and see
released a new
what we're
series
doing. We did.
called
Felix fails. And
which is where I fail.
It is. He fails a lot. He fails a lot.
Over and over again.
Over and over.
Hades is not a game I would want to see turned into a movie.
And over and over.
Not a game.
You know how rough it was sitting through hours of him just dying?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it really tore you up inside.
No, it was fucking hilarious. But anyway, guys.
Next time on Two Dads and a Podcast.
I think next time we're doing our end of year review, right?
Yeah.
Is that what we planned it?
Yeah, that's what we did last year, and I don't know how well it went over. I don't know if you guys actually enjoyed it or not, but we're doing it again anyway.
Yeah, because I don't care. And then the week after that, the week we normally would do our end of year review, we're actually going to do our top 5 favorite bounty hunters of all time in respects of the new series, The Book of Boba Fett, coming out that same day. So there we got that to look forward to.
We got our end of year review. We might do it a little different. It may not be a top 5 segment, but I don't know. We'll figure out the intricate details.
We're just gonna get drunk and yell stories at each other.
Dude, that sounds like a good time to me. That sounds like a good time to me. But as always, guys, thank you so much for listening.
Love you guys.
And watching.
I'm watching you.
I always feel like somebody's watching me. I had not looked up the cast list since I saw that Cate Blanchett and Jack Black were in it.
I don't know how I forgot about that.
Kevin Hart as Roland? They're just going to make his character... He is not a funny character. His character in the games was not a humorous character. He was very straight-laced and straightforward. And they're turning
Kevin Hart is hilarious no matter what he does. Which means the character is going to be hilarious. I love Kevin Hart, but that's bad casting.
It's terrible casting. I don't know. I'm still going to go see it. I'm still going to watch it.
I don't know if I'm going to go to see it, but I'll see it.
I'll probably go to see it. Adriana Greenblatt as Tiny Tina. I have no idea who she is. Who are you?
Eli Roth is doing the screenplay and directing it. Ooh.
Okay, so she's not really been... Oh, so the girl playing Tiny Tina was the girl who was young Gamora in Infinity War. Okay. Edgar Ramirez, Cheyenne Jackson, Bobby Lee.
But we love Eli Roth.
Do we? What is
man.
What has Eli Roth done? Oh, yeah. Okay. Inglourious Bastards, Cabin Fever, Hostel. All right.
I don't know about Kevin Hart, but I love Eli Roth.
Okay. Now I'm really curious. Eli Roth is known for horror movies. Blood and guts. So...
There will be blood and guts in this.
I can definitely see blood and guts in Borderlands, and it needs to have that over-the-top, gruesome action.
Plus, he's a Boston native, so
I can see that. Florian Montanou is Krieg. All right, I could see him as Krieg. But he's only been in 3 other films prior to Borderlands and Violence of Action, which I have no idea what that is. That's a movie coming out next year as well. It's got Chris Pine as the lead.
You know what? Go watch. Have you seen the movie The House with a Clock in Its Walls?
No, but I know of it.
Go watch it. And then it might help you decide. That was also directed by Eli Roth. It's a really good movie too. Well, at least I enjoyed it. I liked it.
Man, my list. I'm still not even 100% if that's the list I went with, but there's so many games that I would love to be in that universe, but not necessarily as a movie. So that's why in the future we'll definitely have to do top 5 video games we'd like to see TV series of.
Yeah, that changes things.
Because that changes a lot of things.
Plot line. I would.
So.
Oh man.
Oh, you guys have any fun plans for the holidays?
I forgot to tell you, holidays. Let me look at my schedule here. Figure out.
Well, you forgot to tell me.
Next week. I am working Thursday, Wednesday and Thursday.
Ooh, gross.
So just if we can go live a little early.
Yeah, we could probably do that. I mean, we might even be able to move it to Tuesday, just depending on how things are.
Now, the week after, I don't have that problem, but I'm working Wednesday, and it's noon to midnight.
Oh.
So...
Your schedule's all over the freaking place, dude.
A little bit. Well, because we're having the weekends off for both weekends.
Oh, are you off this coming weekend?
Not this coming one. The next weekend, I'm off. I'm off Christmas weekend and New Year's weekend.
Christmas Eve and... Right on. Sometime...
worked.
If you want to, or if you can, we should... I could come over there if it's easier. You guys could come over here, but we made you some yummy dessert goodness. They're peppermint Oreo truffles.
Nice.
Another Spider-Man. Were you not listening, Hellhound? Were you not listening?
Are we still live?
Yeah, we're still live. And next week we're doing our end of year, and then we're doing bounty hunters. We could do, because we've only been doing one a week, so we could do end of year review and have a top 5 if you want to. We could do Spider-Man stuff next week too.
We just did Spider-Man stuff.
I know we did but Spider-Man stuff, but Spider-Man comes out next week.
And the whole point of the end of year review was supposed to be the top 5, so I didn't have to think of a top 5.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Do top 5 things that happened this year, like we did last year.
Yeah. Sunday. I'm looking forward to Sunday. Sunday
by the way.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Finish that.
Go ahead.
Once I finish The Walking Dead, I'm canceling Netflix, and then soon I'm canceling after the end of the year. I gotta cancel HBO.
Oh no,
because they're not doing the movie things anymore.
Oh no,
next year. So I'm gonna have to
That's how I was watching HBO.
Right, but I'm not. It's not gone for good. It's just gone until release season. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But there's some good stuff. Last of Us TV shows coming to HBO.
Yeah, when it comes out, I'll resubscribe and then give you the password. When shit comes out, I'll resubscribe. I'm just gonna keep things rotating.
Fine.
Based on when stuff's coming out, but that's because I want to get Showtime for a while, watch Dexter, and then I want to get Apple TV for a little while, watch some of the shows on there.
I heard that they had some good shows on Apple TV.
Yeah, it seems like it. So I'm just gonna keep rotating things. I'll just tell you what I'm on when.
Just let me know, and I'll download the new app.
Yeah, hop on, watch what you can, and then we'll just keep rolling through some stuff like that.
Well, if things go well, may be able to do my own subscription stuff if some job perspectives work out for us. So that'd be nice.
Oh, and like you said, or like we said, Halo's coming out on Paramount Plus, so I'm
which
going to get
I
that
have
eventually.
I have Paramount Plus. Yeah, it's $5 a month. Super cheap. Yeah, it's super cheap.
Damn. I don't see that lasting.
Not when Halo comes out, but that's why you buy like a year or two at a time. Spend $60 and get 2 years worth,
Can you do that?
I know they do yearly subscriptions to it, and I think that's what we're on is a yearly.
I prefer the yearly when they give you like a $10 discount or something,
Yeah, well, this was like $50 for. Oh no! What we did is we did the yearly, and they had a deal where it was 50% off when we signed up for it. So we got a year for $30 originally. When it renews,
nice.
I think it'll be like 60.
Yeah, I gotta do something like that. Fuck. All right,
But shit, $5 a month is nothing,
No, it's not bad. But I'm thinking about like lopping 1 or 2 off just so I can keep things rotating through some of the other subscription services that have shit that we probably want to watch and haven't been able to yet. So I don't know what's gonna get lopped off first. I might just start with like Netflix first and then see what happens. But after this year, they're not doing any more movies on HBO like that.
Well, yeah, because COVID's over. You can just go to the movies now with no repercussions.
It's sad. Which I did. I went to see Ghostbusters, and it was really good, and I was happy.
Yeah, it's $60 a year annually. So $4.99 a month or $50 for a year. So they do a $10 discount if you do a year of Paramount Plus. They have a premium, it looks like. And they're even going to do like ad supported live sports. They even have some NFL on Paramount Plus. And then if you do the premium,
you can't do non-ad supported NFL because it's a live show.
Oh yeah.
What are you gonna do when they're playing ads? Just go to a blank screen?
I mean, that's what some places do. If it's an ad-free service, they will literally just go to a blank screen, so it's not playing anything on the TV.
At least have some like
elevator music
you hired, who's in the basement just breaking down the footage you just watched. I'm saying hire me to break down footage of football games. I'll do it.
But it looks like
I'll do it for cheap.
They have a premium for $9.99 a month, and it gives you more live CBS sports, live CBS live TV, and I don't know.
That doesn't sound like a premium deal. It sounds like something I would pay to leave off. Like I already get hot live sports on Hulu, so I don't need that. And I don't want live CBS TV. That's why I cut the cord, was so I didn't have to watch live CBS or ABC or, I know, right? NBC TV.
What is Paramount Plus's like official website? I don't even know what their freaking official website is.
CBS. What was the app they had before?
Yeah, they literally just changed it to ParamountPlus.com. So okay.
No, it sucked then.
Oh, and you can get Paramount Plus Showtime.
Well, you can get damn near everything plus Showtime. Showtime's a whore. They just pimp themselves out to everybody.
It really is. You really can
I'm just when I
everything.
Finally get Showtime, I just have to decide which one I gotta bundle it with. Amazon, HBO, Hulu. Which one am I gonna bundle it with? I don't know.
I don't want to try it for free. I just want to log into Paramount Plus. What the fuck? All right. Well, I guess we're hopping off here. I'm going to get ready to play some more Pokemans. So, guys, take it easy. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll catch you next week.
Bye. How's the Pokemans going?